And so Giovanni, the floor is yours. Giovanni has also some slides. Then you're going to have a small debate with you and a question and answer session. Please, okay. Giovanni, thank you very much again for being here with us.
As Stefano said, I come from Italy, but I live in Brussels because I'm representing now the youth branch of Confassociazioni Giovani, which is a confederation of different trade associations. For example, if we go further, thank you. We are talking about a branch of young professionals. We are now 60,000 young professionals divided in 200 associations. The whole Confassociazioni, I mean senior and young, count something about 350,000 associates. What are we doing as young? What is doing the youth branch at the moment? If we see the next slide, we are doing. We made a few months ago the Youth Economic Summit, which is we created a thinking community where we put 50 excellence and they talk about 5 different topics. So human capital inside the enterprises, public administration and simplification, startup, university and job, and smart health. What we have done in this event, we put all these 50, let's say, excellences, meaning people were skilled in some kind of topics, were outstanding, and we put them in talking about these 5 topics. And I can say pretty proudly that we created 2 startups after this event in 2 different things, and now there are 5 different projects that we are carrying on. Let's say we are carrying mostly the public affairs communication for these projects in order to give solutions for the political and economic world, for the political and economic society. So the idea of startup in and entrepreneurship and youth entrepreneurship of Confassociazioni is to create and to give the chances to youth in order to start something new and to make a difference inside the society. Now, if you go in the third slide, what can forgive the Uncle Sam, that the topic was what can youth do other than being an entrepreneur? Actually, this was our main question. What can we do? What can we give to the youth? Mostly we have the problem of the fake entrepreneurs, we call, and Ghana was saying the forced entrepreneurs. And we want to give them the chance to young people to create real companies, real because we think that these are let's say the heart of the economic growth of the society, especially in Italy, but also in Europe. So if we go further, we divided the youth population into 2 different categories: young active and hyperactive. Well, the first one, we know that it's a kind of youth that is not very motivated, and that doesn't bring that much to the society. What we want to do? We want to make these people to be hyperactive. To be hyperactive means to give something to the society, to give something for themselves also, to build something all together. For example, we know that hyperactive people, like you can say like us, we are more active in the society, in the politics, and also in the company. That's what we want to do. I borrow a sentence from Steve Jobs. I hope you will forgive me, but we don't need to stay only with ideal management. We also need to be the next change. So, to go next one, what we should do to be entrepreneur, and what we as Confassociazioni Giovani are trying to do for the youth entrepreneurship? Well, first thing we have to first of all we have to think outside of the box. So we have to we are trying to make the world a better place. That's also the main thing about a new company. We we want to give a meaning to the company, and we also want to make a difference, because also it's very important to know that the youth entrepreneurs uh, don't they don't see problems but see opportunities, and that's what we want. That's the credo we want to give to the to our 50 excellences. And if you go further, I have a video for you that comes from Stanford. Um, we have it on YouTube actually. Okay, it's a 10-minute video, so that we can also it will resume what I told you just now.
The first thing I figured out and learned, sometimes the hard way, about entrepreneurship is that the core, the essence of entrepreneurship is about making meaning. Many people start companies to make money, the quick flip, the dot-com phenomena. And I have noticed in both the companies that I've started and funded and been associated with, that those companies that are fundamentally founded to change the world, to make the world a better place, to make meaning, are the companies that make a difference. They are the companies to succeed. My naive and romantic belief is that if you make meaning, you will probably make money. But if you set out to make money, you will probably not make meaning, and you won't make money. So my first thought is you need to make meaning. That should be the core of why you start a company. There are 3 ways to make meaning. First is to increase the quality of life. My background is the Macintosh division of Apple Computer, and I can tell you with total certainty that we were not motivated by making money. We were motivated by changing the world to make people more creative and more productive. We were trying to increase the quality of life for the Macintosh user. And that was a great motivation. It kept us going through many difficult periods. We were waking up in the morning thinking how we could change people's lives. A second way to make meaning is to right a wrong. You know, that this fish is going to die after jumping out. But to right a wrong means that you find something that's wrong in the world, or you notice something that's wrong, or you want to fix that. This might be particularly applicable to not-for-profits where there's pollution, or there's crime, or there's abuse, and their very core is to end that wrong. And the third way to make meaning is to prevent the end of something good. That you see something beautiful, something wonderful, and you just can't stand the fact that it's been eroded, it's being changed, it's being ruined. So I ask you, as you start your companies, your not-for-profits, your churches, your schools, whatever you're starting, please have one of those 3 motivations, one or more of those motivations. If you don't have any of those motivations, I suggest that you rethink what you're doing. I think these 3 things are the key to starting a great organization.
Now, just one thing about this video. To make meaning, number 8. So, I will tell, after this video, I want to tell you some case studies. Well, I met, for example, a few years ago, I met a girl that she doesn't have any skills about making an enterprise. What has she done? She had an idea. It was a pretty good idea. It was about selling Italian products. So selling made in Italy around the world. She saw that there were many e-commerces about selling some products from made in Italy, but there were just very categories. For example, sunglasses or food or alcohol, but it was not in e-commerce at 360 degrees. What has she done? She created first a magazine called Elite Made in Italy, and then after this magazine she created an e-commerce. And with this e-commerce now she's selling all around the world, and after 5 months she had something about 1,000 of clients, mostly from the United States. So she is a very good case story of a very good success. Another one, a friend of mine, she's pretty young and she doesn't want to earn all these amount of money, but she wants to be happy. So she gave a meaning to her business, and she told, "I want to be a listener." What's a listener actually? Somebody who comes from somebody who's lonely and start listening and going in empathy with this person. And now she's every day she's completely busy, going in different places and listening to people, different people about their matters, about their wishes, about everything. And she's happy with this. She's making a, let's say, she's really making the world a better place because people who's lonely and need to be to have somebody to talk, now they have. She's not a psychologist because she's not finding solution for them. She's just listening, and that's her business. It's a very good business actually for her. Well, but what have these two stories in common? One thing, they both build connections. The e-commerce, well, the person who started the e-commerce, the elite made in Italy, doesn't have any kind of skills of informatics skills. She doesn't know how to make a website, but she started a website. So she found a group of people with all the skills she needed to build it, to build her idea. The same was for the listener. She needed to find the good connection, to find the people who need to be heard and to talk with. So, actually, we do have extraordinary resources. Sorry for the accent. And that allow us to be in touch with everybody and with all the information available today. That's important for us, for everybody. And that's what Confassociazioni wants to do. They don't want people to be the next the job, the next Bill Gates, or the next Zoom from them. Just want people to find their way, and we're helping them. For example, talking about the Youth Economic Summit, about one of the two startups born in the Youth Economic Summit. One, we saw a problem. The problem was in Italy, there is not a very big bridge between the university and the labor world. So what we have done, we are trying to make a platform that, through some good connections, is giving the good advice to the students and to follow to let's say to drive the students to their own way. We are teaching them how to find their job, and we put them in contact with the companies before they get graduated at university. In Italy, actually, we have some services about this, but these services are pretty, not really efficient because a lot of the people are volunteer doing this, and also other things to do. Now we are doing in a business, in a professional way, and that's the meaning of this startup. So I think we are almost finished, but some tools Lincara told us before. We have the Erasmus for youth, young entrepreneurs, but we have also business incubators. These business incubators, we have many in Italy and all around the world. Giving an example about in America, we have the Silicon Valley, which is the hugest in the world. But we have also all around Europe. And the good thing of a business incubator is that half of the job is already done with them. We don't need this. Mostly, they invest in us, so we don't need huge capitals. They give the capital. So that's a pretty good way to start an enterprise. And well, we have also focused on the Europe 2020 strategy, which gives to the recognizing the partnership a very important, how can we say, a very important platform to make growth Europe and to give new jobs and to make growth the economy. So actually, what's next? We have two options after that we found that with Confassociazioni Giovani. It's if we do nothing, we have a future of loneliness, which is the apathetic way. Otherwise, we have the beautiful future if we follow the hyperactive way. And that's what we want to do. That's the way we want to follow. And actually, so I want to thank you for listening. And if you need some kind of this presentation is available, I will send to everybody who needs it. You can find my contacts too. Thank you very much.